Leave everything you've known so far. Known yourself to be so far. Leave it all to Baba. Just isolate the sense of Baba and I from everything that the being has believed himself to be. See Baba, the supreme light. He gives us this such a beautiful spell breaker. That child, make drama a dot. Until you understand drama as a dot, you wouldn't know yourself as a dot and Baba as a dot. And what does it mean to make drama a dot? This is where Baba gives us this beautiful knowledge. This whole drama is inside of you, the living, conscient being, in the form of a sanskar, a thought. That's all. Make the whole drama one thought, and then it becomes a dot. Everything else is just an expansion of that one thought, I. Am this body and mind. Just surrender it to Baba and the whole drama dissolves. No time, no space, no images, no distance, no stories. Just Baba and I. And drama, the dot. Now that which was invisible becomes visible. All sounds, all movements, all are merged in a dot. Now just Baba and the being. This is constant reality and constant option. Choiceless choice for the being that I am. As soon as an image appears, it's a dot. A story appears, it's a dot. Completely out of fantasies. In absolute reality. Baba, the supreme living truth. No trace of any fantasy in him. And I, the master, supreme truth. All fantasies merged in me. And the being is absolutely immersed in the powers of Baba's supreme love. Effortlessly experiencing, knowing that how valuable he is for God. So precious, this being that I am. Without any making any effort, I know I, the being, am precious, most precious. And each one is feeling that way. That's the wonder. of God's love. And this power of His love allows this being to be respectful of even the fantasies within him. Because only when the fact is known, fantasy is not a problem. The being doesn't need to churn on Baba, doesn't need to think about Baba. Nothing needed to be with my supreme friend, my supreme parent. Nothing needed. Absolute fact. Baba and I together. It's not an experience you're holding. No. The being is knowing this truth. And other transient experiences may appear and disappear within the being. But the being is untouched. From this constant activity going on in this being of light. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Didi Om Shanti.
So all old sanskars merged in one dot. Hmm?
Yes.
Mhm.
There is no other option.
There's no other option. Yeah, for the divine light, yeah, there's no option except the truth.
This is the first and last effort.
Mm-hmm. Effortless effort, yeah. So finish your old sanskars and imbibe your original sanskars and be ever ready. Today, Bap Dada is seeing his lucky and lovely child who is merged in the love of the Father of the world. Do you feel that? Baba is seeing you as that lucky and lovely child, that living star. And why are you so lucky, the living star? Why is this living star so lucky, so fortunate? Why do you, the being, feel so fortunate the way Baba is seeing you? That wow, his living star, not only he has got the truth, but he's also got a fantasy world in him, right? Yeah. So you can be who you are and still play out the fantasy. And at this time, even know fact from fantasy. You know? That is who you are. That is who Baba is seeing. So lucky, immortal. Although you are in your fantasy world experiencing everything that you are not. But at the same time, you're aware at this time of who you are. So lucky, so lucky. Right? Yeah. So Baba is saying that Baba is proud of the fortune of each child. My children are so great that at present, that throughout the entire cycle, and when Baba is saying deities and all, he's mentioning the parts, the names of the rows, not even the deities, which is us only, huh? But not the deities, the great leaders of religions, the great souls, or the multi-million times fortunate souls have such great fortune as you Brahmins have. Means as Brahmins is not Rini in white dress. What is a Brahmin? This tiny point is the Brahmin. Hmm? Very important. Huh? What comes to your mind when you heard the word? Then you, great fortune as you Brahmins have. What came to your mind? The white dress and the body. Hmm? No, it's the tiny dot that is the Brahmin. Hmm? Because out of that tiny dot, the Brahmin part has emerged. So Baba is not looking at some Rini with the body name and the white dress. No, no, no. Some 9 years in Gyan. No, not interested. Baba's interested in this being of living, conscient light, just like him. So Baba is saying, so do you constantly keep this elevated fortune of yours in your awareness? You had a deity part in you. You had a great leader and religion of religions also, probably the great souls, the multi-million times fortunate souls, is us who have awareness of all these different parts every soul can play. More and more, just staying like a dot. The whole drama inside you like a dot. So Baba is saying, so do you constantly sing this unlimited song in your mind, child? Wah, Baba, the bestower of fortune. Wah, the fortune of I, an elevated soul. Because lack of worthiness is also a devotional part, right? That you had to play. Now it's all merged. In you, the elevated soul, you know there was a devotional part within you of not feeling worthy. So now it's gone inside you. Finished, merged, dot. True? Yeah. So Baba is saying, wow, my fortunate child, the fortune of I. Do you see that? An elevated soul? Does the song of your fortune constantly play automatically? Underline the word automatically. Does it play automatically? No? Okay, let's make it automatic right now. Okay? Yeah? So, how is it automatic? The one who said no, what do we do? Dot. Why? Because it's just a thought, nothing else. So, it's just a dot. So, what is left if that is gone? You, the living being in the home with Baba. Can you see your beauty? Forget everything else, all the parts right now that are being played and you have played, and all the thoughts and the stories. Just see who you are with Baba in the home.
Living being with Baba.
Yeah. Aren't you fortunate?
Very, very fortunate.
Yeah. This is constant play automatically. Just know that you are enough just the way you are in this moment.
The voice is breaking.
Is my voice breaking?
No. It's
Okay.
perfect.
Okay. All right. So do you want to check, Sujata, the connection? So Baba is saying that the living being that you are is, what did he say? Baba is always pleased to see you, my child. You, my child, is so happy. But now and then, instead of letting your fortune remain emerged, you allow it to become merged. Means I, the soul, am allowing it and making it happen. So I have the power to not allow that to happen. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So just really being with Baba in your eternal form. That is my truth that will never change. Then, yes, everything is pouring out of me, but know that I am this eternal point of power, point of truth, point of love, and point of bliss. I know this big body doesn't want to be squeezed into a point. It doesn't like it. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Because we've had this body as a reference point for who I am for a long time. Yeah. But now you have the power of Baba's vision with you at this time. Allow this whole body to be squeezed into a point. Right? You are enough just the way you are in this moment. You're not something else now and you will be something else later. No. You are this being that Baba is seeing like God now. If you don't listen to this voice in your mind, then you will know. Our biggest attachment is to this voice, this roommate, which we were saying in the morning, this voice in our mind. That is our biggest attachment. That voice has hypnotized the soul. What is the difference between a schizophrenic and I? The soul who's playing a schizophrenic part. They also keep listening to the voices and they believe that voice to be me. That's all it is. Every soul today is under the spell of this voice, a schizophrenic part it's playing. Truth is that. And if
Yeah,
you
they are sometimes listening, sometimes seeing the
yeah,
images.
yeah, they're seeing things, they're listening to some
Mm.
voices in their head, and they're so lost in being those voices. We are just to a lesser degree. That is the only difference. But actually, there's no difference.
That's true, sister. They just feel like it's a real. They are really existed,
Yeah.
and I'm really listening those,
Mm.
hearing those voices.
Yeah.
And completely, you when you see those schizophrenic patients, it is like they have own world. They
Yeah.
created own world in their mind, which is completely separated from the other world.
Yeah. There's no synchronicity in the outside and the inside world. What they're seeing is not what their mind is seeing, and that is why it's called schizophrenia. And to all of us are to less or more degree are hypnotized like that. Yeah. So we the beings really need to step away and see what Baba is showing us. Anything that I'm seeing in the outside world, not real. Even as I'm speaking, I'm seeing Baba and I and all my beings of brother souls are together in such huddled up in such warmth and coziness together, right? And then there's a world in my mind, and then there's a world outside. It's just that my mind is not disconnected with the world outside through senses. It is in synchrony with what it's seeing. That's the only difference. Yeah. But now I, the being, just step away and know my eternal reality, my eternal constant truth, constant reality, and constant option that I have is I am this just a living star. And Baba is a living star, and we are together. And from there, not that I'm somewhere out there or somewhere deep inside, no. I'm here and now, and I'm having this particular experience in this moment, which is going to change into something else, and then into something else, and then into something else. But I am this being with Baba, constant reality. Then I'm completely sane. Yeah, with Baba. Absolute 100% sanity. Otherwise, I'm lost in my thoughts, in the world. Yeah. Nothing is happening to me, even when I'm lost, even when I'm absorbed in the world painted by my thoughts or the physical senses, sense perceptions. I'm still the same. That's the beauty, that I don't really have to do anything extra to be who I am. I just need to learn not to be so lost in that which is playing on the screen of my mind and in front of my eyes. That's it. Just know I am that being. I'll share one picture with you. Yeah, this is Baba and I together, even now. And from there, we see this body, and there is this voice of a roommate sitting inside. It's nothing else but just a creation of my mind's imagination that is sitting inside. But I and Baba are seeing this as well as what is outside. Right? Even now, there may be a voice speaking and saying, I don't feel like a dot. I don't see drama as a dot. Or maybe it's easy to see it in the class. But when I go out, this one is speaking. But when I go out, I don't see it. Right? This is the voice. Which is just attached to a body. That is all it is. But you are really this here with Baba, out of this body. Means you can't even say out or in because there's no out or in for the soul. Just to know that soul and Baba are together and seeing this whole world of imagination created just by my mind. It has this beautiful creative capacity, and I admire it. I, the being, admire it. Yeah, but I am not this manufactured world of fiction. So that's what Baba is saying. Can you sing this song? Then you know what? Somebody, a child sitting in mother's lap, enjoying a wonderful movie. It's all very fortunate. Isn't it? So you have constant entertainment shown by your mind, and you know you are not your mind, and you know you are Baba and I are together watching this inner film, motion picture. It's a motion picture. It's not still movie. It's a motion picture watched by a still being. Yeah. A still being watching a motion picture. A soundless, voiceless being watching a character made of sound and voices. True? But this is who you are. This is who I am with Baba. So Baba is saying, Baba is always pleased to see his child. When the father sees that you, my child, has merged the intoxication of your 100-fold fortune and your nishchay, what does he say? What does he say? Drama. My child is lost in his inner drama. Hmm? However, Bap Dada always wants to see all his children's stars as embodiments of awareness of their fortune. So with Baba, I feel most fortunate. And here I see many civilizations in here attached to a body. I see such a huge variety recorded in me, the soul. And here I am imageless and I see so many images. Yeah? Do you feel even in this moment you're so still and you can experience the movement, the heartbeat, the blood circulation, the speaking voice in the mind? You can see it all. Can you, the being, see that? The still being? Try, see it now. Now, just now. Because who's saying no or yes? Both these answers are pointing at you, the being. Both these answers, yes or no, is pointing at the silent being. Because without you, can yes or no occur?
No.
No.
It can't occur.
It is just a matter of just attention. You know, what is the biggest power the soul has? What is my highest and the greatest power I have? Power of? Sorry, I didn't open the chat. Power of?
Acceptance.
Power of acceptance. And what else?
Awareness.
Awareness is who I am. So what is my power? Belief. What else?
महसूसता शक्ति.
Mehsusta, okay. Power of attention. Attention. One of the most intimate powers the soul has. Power of attention. Yeah. If my attention is on what is outside and what is in my mind, then I am that. If my attention is on Baba, then I am that. Like that. So even as we are listening and speaking, where is your sense of self hooked on to?
My attention.
Yeah, that I am this being and I have this body that I'm experiencing and I have a mind I'm experiencing. And I have external objects, a computer, whatever we label it as, water. I'm experiencing all of that. See this more and more. Then it's possible for you to be who you are whilst you are speaking, talking, listening, moving, coming into sound, coming into action. But you will really know that it is all coming from your stillness, your silent presence, without which none of this can exist. See this again and again. You know, the body may be big or small. It could be going through different phases, pleasant, unpleasant. Same with the mind. But who are you that is really making it all possible? Who are you? What is all of this pointing to? To who? Keep coming back to that. Yeah, to the being.
Yeah, that's true, sister. If our attention goes, even though as a body consciousness, with mundane example,
Mhm.
this one was a little feeling of the coldness, feel the cold, just jump in and put on the sweater immediately without judging, without observing as a detached observer. So then past 3 days practice, whenever I feel this body, feel the cold, I won't immediately put on the sweater, first observe. And literally past 3 days, never need to wear the sweater because body never felt the cold.
Mhm.
That was the is detached. It just was just a thought, bigger thought as a label. Label says cold means your body start feeling sensation started. Oh, body is now cold. I need a sweater to put on. So since 3 days, I just observe. Yes, feel. Just observe how body reacted, and it's just like within few seconds, it's just like cold gone and start just feeling now a little warm. Even when I go outside, I never wear the jacket, just small light sweater. So this was amazing for this one too, because never before observed these things, even smile itching, never observe, we just start quickly itching, scratching that area where feel the itching. Now I never, sometimes it's a old habit, is start just putting hand and start say, but just pause, no, observe this one. Within seconds, it is gone itching without scratching. It's
Mhm.
just like the mind is just like creating those sensation, giving the sensation. Now is the feel, now hand need to scratch it. If you completely detach and see, it's gone. There's nothing there. Yeah, few seconds is the sensation there, but it's obviously this itch will not stay longer. Yeah, you feel some sensation, observe something tickling there, other thing, and then it's complete merged. Nothing happened.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that was little experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to be kind of, it's not like we are not going to take care of the body. If it needs sweater, we do give it. But observing before you do take action is important.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Observe, but no, sister, this is a true. Never feeling the cold. I don't know why, but Rupa just like used to 3, 4 days just come and I all 24/7 I wear this jacket.
Mhm.
Keep warm, feel cold, and more I thought comes is cold, cold. More I feel
Yeah,
cold.
yeah, that is for sure.
It's just
And
like that's when I see the difference. I saw the difference, the big difference. One just thought comes, body just respond to the thought immediately. Reaction comes. But
mhm,
once you detach, initially you detach. Yes, it's a cold. You see,
the
yeah.
sensation.
I took the precautions, not just like complete go without any sweat or anything. But they are giving the example. Yes, it's really nothing happen if you are removed from your identity and labels.
Yeah. It's not that I am not those sensations of cold. I observe those sensations. I, the being of light who's beyond all those sensations, is observing those sensations. Yes. And that is when you probably will need less than before. Yeah. 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 So
In
that's
the home, I never 3 days I've done stop wearing the sweater because I'm never feeling the cold. Honestly, sister, the thought is now stop coming before it is start come.
uh-huh.
So always is in room temperature increase and decrease, increase and decrease.
Mhm. Uh-huh. So Baba is saying that all Bab Dada, however, Bab Dada always wants to see all of you, my children, to be the embodiments of awareness of your fortune child. All of you also want this, however, but comes in between. Hmm? If any of you are asked what your aim is, then all of you souls are moving along with the aim that we are equal to the Father, The aim is very good. Since your aim is so elevated and very good, child, why is it sometimes in a merged form and sometimes in an emerged form? What is the reason for this, child? You make such good promises to Bap Dada. You have heart-to-heart conversations with Bap Dada. So in that case, why is there a difference between your aim and your qualification? So aim is what? Aim is qualification. I am a bodiless being of light. You know? I experience a body which is constantly changing in its sensations. But I am a bodiless being of light. Even in this moment. See, really, if you get out of the hypnosis of your body's movements, of your body's sensations, 90% you are out already. If not 90, at least 50% you are out already. Out of the hypnosis. You know how sometimes nowadays you get those blankets which are, I've seen in Costco here, which they have the warming capacity and cooling, whatever this capacity these blankets have. This body is like that blanket you're wearing. That is all it is. It's nothing more than that.
So make it clear, please.
I'm this bodiless being, the living light. And light that I'm wearing this body as a blanket. There's nothing more to this body than just being a blanket for the soul. Can you see and know this even now as we are using this body's living lights that we are? Then how much you, the soul, while wearing your blanket, is moving this blanket body with which whatever directions, does it matter? Does it change you, the being of light, in any way? It's just because this blanket is a little bit more than just a simple blanket. It's just a blanket which has ability to give you some experiences. That is all. That is all. Yeah. And it can give you the experience of heat and cold, as was mentioned very beautifully. It can give you the experience of sensations, of your mind's emotions. Then comes in the picture the mind. And then the stories in the mind that you, the soul, give your attention to, then they are experienced in this blanket. Yeah? But you're really just a living light. You're not any story in your mind. You're not any thought in your mind. You're not any emotion in your mind. It is just because it is working with this blanket you're wearing that you, the soul, feel that I am this blanket and I am this little chip in that blanket. It's computerized blanket nowadays, no? They have all this USB port and all that in it. Yeah, that is all it is. And what are you? A living light. Yeah, just a light. More and more see this throughout the day, the ever-changing phenomenon of body and mind, how that is constantly changing, but you, the living light, is experiencing all those changes, whilst you yourself are constant. That is why again and again, this one just loves this fact, the soul, that I, the being, cannot experience me. I can know me with Baba. So I don't even try to experience me. But I can experience all the other things that are constantly changing. Yeah? I can experience all of it. And all of these experiences are there because I am the one that is constant. Just knowing this is enough. Yeah? Then my stillness and my silence is not a concept for me, the being. That is my truth, and movement and sound is a concept. Because concept, the nature of concept is it's always changing. And the nature of truth is it is never changing. Yeah? So that's why Baba is saying, what is the reason for this? That sometimes you feel very elevated and sometimes you don't. You make such good promises to Bap Dada. You have heart-to-heart conversations also with him. So Bap Dada saw that what is the reason for the result? It is not anything new, but nevertheless, Bap Dada will revise it for you. Baba wants to revise it with his children. So Bap Dada saw that there are three things. One is to think, that is to create thoughts. So Baba is separating the soul from thinking. Do you see this here? That is, one is you, the being, which is thinking is happening. Right? So I, the being with thinking is happening. Second is speaking is happening. Speaking, that is to relate. Speaking is also happening. The third is to put into practice in your practical activity and behavior. So if I'm separate from thinking and speaking, automatically what will happen? Who will come into action? I, the being. Yeah. So Baba is saying, so an equal balance of the three is lacking. When there is this balance, the Nishchay and Nasha emerges. Yeah? Nishchay and Nasha emerges. Whereas when the balance is lacking, the result seen is that your speed of thinking is very good and fast. Your means the soul's speed and intoxication of speaking is also 75% okay. The majority is clever in speaking. Now, this is again a mirror Baba is showing to the soul. The majority is clever in speaking, but the marks are extremely poor in putting this into your practical activity. So you are okay in two aspects, but very poor in the third aspect. What is the reason for this? Since your thoughts are very good and your words are also very beautiful, why is your practical form not so good? What is the reason for this? What is the reason? Do you know? Say yes or no. You know why? Very well. If any of you are told to give a lecture on a particular topic or to give a class, you would give a very good class. You would even give a lecture with a lot of intoxication, nishchay, and sparkle. You would even conduct class. You do this. Bap Dada listens to everyone's classes as to what you say. He continues to smile. Wah, child, wah. And I was sharing in the morning class that I, the being with Baba, and I'm talking to Baba, and I'm seeing this person, this roommate, this voice speaking in my mind, is Baba talking about me? Am I not 100%, self-doubt the mind creates? This roommate is speaking like that. Who's Baba talking to? This one is speaking like this. And here I'm feeling so confident with Baba. It's not about me, it's just this voice in my mind that's speaking. But the soul is so separate from the voice. So separate. And there you really start seeing that now I begin to, it's like not begin to, I mean, now once you start seeing this separation of you, the soul, from this voice, nothing can make you ever feel that which you are not. This is the sanskar speaking, which is just attached to a body, which can say many, many things. Even on listening to Murli, it can say many things. But you are with Baba simply the observer of the body and the person and the roommate and the voice in your mind. Yeah? Who all felt that Baba was speaking, who all had a voice in their mind that is Baba talking about me when you read this passage?
Yeah, sister. It's just like Baba today is Murli for us. Murli for me.
Mm-hmm.
That is exactly we were share when we were at the center. Sister Neeru was there and I was there and oh today Baba's is just talking to me. He give my result.
Yeah, actually, Baba is just giving us a mirror, not
Yeah.
the result. Hmm?
As to the first paragraph, Baba just give the
That's also
Lori
Baba's
tonight is
mirror.
so much love. He just pouring so much love. And second paragraph, now my child, I will
Now
tell you.
see, yeah, now check how much are you getting caught up in this voice, because later Baba has given us such beautiful examples of how mind talks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so we will see that also. Bab Dada told you earlier too, child, that the main thing now taking place is the revised course. So Baba is just revising the course with you. Baba is not telling you anything new that you don't know. Yeah? So Baba is revising the course. So Baba says, child, there's only one reason. One reason. There are not many reasons, but there's just one reason. And Bab Dada understands that it is not difficult to find a solution to the one reason, that it is very easy, but you make something easy very difficult. Means, who is that? That voice in your mind, when you believe that to be you and you become that, then you make it very difficult for yourself. It is not difficult, but you make it difficult. Why do you attach to that voice? Why? And what is the word that is joining the soul with that voice? We'll see. Your intoxication becomes merged. There is just one reason. Whatever you hear in terms of things to imbibe, and whatever you speak of, whether in terms of powers or virtues, child, you speak very well about the things to imbibe. You speak of very good things of dharana. You speak so well of these that whether the souls listening are jnani or not, they all say, it is very good, it is very good. They applaud you and say that you spoke very well. However, did you see how many times you used the word but? Hmm? How many times do you use the word but in your mind? Or rather, you, the soul, observes the word lekin. or but? Baba and I are combined. This is Baba telling the soul, and soul is listening. Then there's a voice that speaks in the mind. Yes, I and Baba are combined, but but what? What but?
There is no intoxication, Baba.
There's no nasha. I'm not experiencing that
Nasha.
mind form with you, Baba.
Yeah, but it's just like a tail after everything done, then it's still tail is there
But it's
attached.
like that gate, नर्क के द्वार, नारी नर्क का द्वार नहीं है, ये बट नर्क का द्वार है. This word but is the door to hell. Because you're entering the world of ghost and fantasies. That is what you're entering. Here you are, this absolutely lovely, absolutely beautiful, divine, godlike being of light. And here you believe this voice in your mind. And all the past of this body mind. That this person is sitting here. Is this feeling real or is this real? So even when something is outside spoken, who is hearing through these ears? This voice, person, or this soul? Who's hearing through these ears? This or this?
Wherever is a but there, then is a person is listening.
Mm-hmm.
Your soul has no dictionary of the but and how questions.
Yeah. Right? I am a being which is constant truth. And then comes this feeling of ordinariness and the familiarity of this voice in my mind, which is body and mind, the whole thing. And here I'm such an infinite being of light with infinite vast powers, immense power to love, power of joy, power of bliss. And here I believe this voice to be me. And then I become that contracted vision of this person. All with this but and if. If only once I could experience. बाबा एक बार एक्सपीरियंस दे दो. आई नो समवन हु सेड टू एक बार बस मुझे दिखा दो इन आंखों से कि आई एम अ लिविंग लाइट. मुझे वो लाइट देखनी है एक बार.
तो आपने मेरा माइंड पढ़ा है क्या? You study my mind.
एक बार बाबा बस एक.
ये रोज बाबा से वार्तालाप होता रहता है.
This is
कैसे
all.
जानूं बाबा, मैं आपको कैसे जानूं? आप 2 days ago Baba says, you know me, then you know yourself. So they just keep asking, Baba, I know this, who are you? But what you want me to, how do I know you accurately, as you said in the Murli? Then I know me. So it means I don't know myself, means I don't know you.
Yeah.
So that question is so stuck in the mind and just like is creating the distance.
Mm-hmm. Now those words are just pointers, right?
Exactly.
That if you know me, you know you, right? Now you know Baba, right? That's why these words are just giving you some information.
Mm-hmm.
And this information is telling you something that you already are. They're pointing at your truth. It's just information, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But we just, even though it comes, now this one says stop believing.
Yeah.
Who know, you know your truth. Truth never change.
Yeah.
No matter how many mind give you a reasons, thousands reasons, you are not this, it doesn't change because soul never be changeless
Yeah.
or never change. Sorry, is a changeless.
Yeah.
So I just stop listening them. Okay, you wanted to say, but I know the my truth.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is why Baba is saying this word but causes an obstacle, child. For the word but to finish means to come close to the stage of being equal to the Father. That's what Baba is saying. Just being equal to the Father. Such strong, deep belief systems and sanskaras a soul is holding on to. Let go, na? How long does it take? In fact, you don't even need to let go. The natural nature of everything is to come and go. If only you know that you are. Put Baba in your place as who you are. Can you see that? Baba in your place as who you are? See Baba for a moment. Just see Baba. You have no doubt on Baba, do you? No doubt. So how do you see Baba? You're muted, Siddhartha.
Pure light, yes, pure light.
And what else? What about God?
He's he's lovable. He loves. He only loves child.
What else about Baba? Something very important.
He's a detached.
Perfect, detached. Okay. What?
Living being.
Living being. He's living.
He's a Satchitananda.
Yeah, but he's absolutely living, living being. He he knows and he experiences love for me. He experiences everything. He feels for me. He feels me. He knows me. He's truth. He is truth. Everything else is false. He's the highest truth and the only truth. So that is why what he feels as peace is true peace. What he feels as love is true love. What he feels as joy is true joy. What he feels as bliss is true bliss. What he sees this physical world is the truth. What he sees this body as is the truth. What he sees this name and form as imagination in my mind is the truth. What he sees the movement and the sounds as nothing but just props in the theater is the truth. What he sees, these emotions, feelings of this voice in my mind, is the truth. They're just passing energies for him. There's no existence of anything except the soul for him. So if I know God, then I know now who I am and what everything else is.
Just a point of light, everything else
Yeah,
as God does.
yeah. Baba sees only the points of light, right? And the supreme light that he is. And he knows that each soul has its own fantasy world within it. So he's not mixing the soul with the fantasy world in it. That is true love. Yeah, that is love. Do you experience that love that he's experiencing? Do you see what he's seeing really? Even right now, as we are using these material blankets and we are using movements and sounds and actions and everything, who is he seeing? Living lights. Who are also experiencing their fantasy world right now. He's seeing that.
दीदी इसीलिए भक्ति में हम लोग कहते थे कि बिन आंखों के वो देखे, बिन कानों के वो सुनता है, बिन पैरों के चलता है, सब कुछ मतलब सर्वव्यापी बोलते थे जो भी। इसीलिए इसी कारण से बोलते थे कि वो पॉइंट ऑफ लाइट को ही खाली देखता है। यही रीजन मतलब हो सकता है
भक्ति में
इसका?
थोड़ा सा confusion है, because in bhakti they believe God is omnipresent. It's just because he does not have a body, and that is why they believe he's omnipresent. But actually Baba is an individual soul, like you are, like I am, right? And yes, that is why he can speak without a body, means he's using Brahma's body, but he does not have a body of his own. He does not have ears of his own. He does not have mouth of his own. So he's borrowing the body and the mind of Brahma, right? And we, the souls, are also, he's saying, you are also borrowing a body now. You don't have a body of your own. So you sit with me and use the ears. You don't have ears of your own. You sit with me and use the mouth. You don't have mouth of your own. You sit with me and use the mind. You don't have mind of your own. I will give you everything. Yeah? So that is why. Yeah. And listening with him is what? That means I'm not allowing that chatter which goes on in my mind when I'm listening to others. You know, when we are listening to others, we have our own commentary also going on whilst listening to others. We are actually never listening to others. Are we? Ever listening to others? No. We have our own interpretation of what they are saying already going on when they are talking. You know? Let's say if someone is speaking and your mind says, I know what they're saying, they don't mean it. I understand what they want from me. I know what they're saying. They're just, you know, it is not listening, it's just it's just not even listening. Or the mind will say, when somebody is talking, even when Baba is talking, Murli, mind will say, Baba is talking to the soul, and mind will say, Baba, revised course, I know what you're speaking. You've said this many times before, Baba. I've heard Murli. I now understand it all. Or I don't understand it at all. So I'm not listening.
Yeah, that's true, sister. The already interpretation was already done.
Yeah,
Now they just use the word and they just give your whole story.
yeah. So we are never really listening. To really listen, I just need to be with Baba and Baba and I together. How is Baba listening? There's a soul speaking its script that it has to. But my awareness and attention is on the being. I don't understand the words that they are speaking. It's just I'm seeing the soul. Then you will really hear the bhav behind those words of the soul, what that soul needs from Baba. True. So many times when I am talking to the souls and listening to their conversations when they call up, and so it's like sitting with Baba, and it's like Baba can show you, you know, that soul is just needing some validation for its truth, or that soul is just needing some, um, you know, some sense of somebody needs to shine light on their power to really experience that they are worthy. And you can hear that bhav behind their words. Because you are not mixing your listening with the interpretations of your mind and the judgments of your mind. You're keeping that with Baba and you're listening with Baba. How is Baba going to listen? Then you can hear the pain also. But you can also see they are not their pain. So you will come from a place of absolute understanding of their story whilst looking at the power of the soul. So you're not heartless, neither are you subservient. True? It's a very beautiful, beautiful way of living. Yeah, roommate is the script, right?
This is such a wonderful and like big thing that you just said. This one has realized like when someone is talking, there is a voice talking instead of listening. But listen, when reading Murli, never thought of that the mind is also talking instead of listening.
Yeah,
There is actually.
there is.
Yeah. Just saw that.
Yeah, yeah,
Even reading too. Sometimes I notice this one notice too when read, and sometime I listen. I didn't read this point that this just I heard. Automatically just click. I never heard this. When I read, I didn't read this line. Did I
yeah,
missed it? I didn't pay attention to it. When listening, that's the point
yeah.
pointed out. So means I didn't read correctly. That is why I was missed.
Yeah, because mind's chatter was in between.
Somewhere else, yes.
Yeah, filtering God's words.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that is why Baba is asking us to really pay attention. Don't be so immersed in your mind and then listening. Drop all the lenses, drop all the filters, and then listen to what Baba is saying. Then you'll read very slowly. You'll read and it's like literally a conversation between, and then you will feel that, Baba, but this is not how I feel. I know my mind used to give me that experience, but I haven't changed at all one bit. I'm still the same, and that mind has changed, Baba. Then you can have a conversation with him. Right? So, Baba, you're saying the word but causes an obstacle. Now I know how my mind used to do that. That whenever you used to say that, child, you're like me, and my mind would give me 10, this roommate sitting in my mind would give me 10 different reasons why I'm not what you're saying. Yeah, and then feeling honest about it. That I'm being honest with God.
Mostly we are, I the soul, listening the Murli just in ordinary way, not the way described by Shri Baba just now,
Yeah.
just an ordinary mixed with mind and everything else also.
Yeah.
We'll take the way you stared in the first time, attention and
Attention.
attention, but again and again, attention will 100% change.
Exactly.
That
Exactly. And read slowly. It's okay if you read just half of it. At least you are reading with Baba directly. Take good half an hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour separate for reading, just Baba and you. See what he's saying to you, the soul. What are these words pointing at? What does he want to, what message is he wanting to give you? Yeah. So this word but causes a check. Where is this word but even coming today? So then I saw that what I read earlier, right? I told you, I saw, no? Baba, how my mind was speaking. See, yes, Baba, see all these beautiful things Baba said, but now see what Baba is telling you. Is this about you? No, Baba, it's not about me. I don't feel that way. I, the soul, really authentically feel that no, I am experiencing knowing you. So you can have this conversation heart to heart with Baba. Murli is a conversation with God. Right? So this word but causes an obstacle. For the word but to finish child means to come close to the stage of being equal to the father. So that is why when, see the difference is when Baba and soul are speaking, Baba says, child, you are like me. Yes. Uske baad there's no but. Finished. That's the soul listening. Then nothing else matters after that. No voice of the mind can combine with the other sentence of Baba. Yeah. But when the voice in the mind is speaking as me and listening to God, what will it say? Yes, I am like you, Baba, but I have still got this sanskar, and this sanskar in me that has not changed. Hmm?
Yes, it is right.
Yeah.
We are only two identities are true, na? Either soul is true and the
Uh-huh.
Baba is true.
Yeah.
Satyam, Shivam, Sundaramala,
Yeah.
Sat, Chit, Anand. These two are only in this world, whole world.
Yeah.
So
Everything else is false.
we are taking as a mind the whole things we are having.
Exactly.
Mind and body we are taking as if that is the whole Murli does not apply that portion to me. If I
Yeah.
am point of light, conversation with point of light,
Yeah.
then the whole that paragraph no need. Well, practically you
Yeah,
need to.
practically you will see that what Baba is trying to tell you, okay, you've passed, means you've gone past this aspect of mind already. So it's a beautiful, beautiful checking by the divine angelic light that I am with Baba. You know? So really listen and read with Baba like that. So Baba is saying, however, even now you still have to use the word but. The father does not like it, but he says he has to say it. Hmm? So what is the reason for this? Whatever you say, whatever you imbibe as your dharna, that dharna also continues for some time. For some, it continues for a while, and for others, it continues for longer. But the main aspect is for the dharna to continue constantly in a practical way. Now, as soon as the mind hears this, the roommate in your mind hears this, you say, constantly is when I will become karmatit only, Baba. Huh? It speaks like that, this roommate? This voice in your mind speaks like that? Yeah. And actually, the fact of being karmatit has to be lived for a long time. है ना?
That means मतलब सिस्टर कर्मातीत स्थिति एक दिन रहती है स्थिति many times repeat then avastha it will change into karmatit avastha latest.
Yeah,
Is it real?
yeah. Good question. Actually, what happens is soul is karmatit, right? This being, does he have any story at this time in confluence age? No. Does this being is identified with any voice in the mind? Does he have a body? No. So if he does not have a body, he does not have thoughts. Isn't he already karmatit, this being that I am? Now what happens is in confluence age, I become aware of this truth, but I'm also aware of this voice. Before confluence age, in iron age, I was this voice. Hmm? But now I'm observer of this voice. True? This is karmatit. That not only am I the observer of the voice, but also the actions that are performed through this body. I am the observer. I have to live like this for a long time for me to be attaining whatever Baba says, the final karmatit stage, when you have zero identity with all of this. That is final karmatit, when you will leave the body. So
This
Dadi,
means that the both voices are there at this moment.
yeah,
Because one voice is we have now Baba is every day awaken the soul. Soul is awakening now. And the other is a mind chattering is still there. But now how pay attention as you said, how much my am I the Simriti Sarup and seeing all the minds chattering.
and the body's actions. But
Yeah.
I, the soul, have no voice. I'm the silent being.
Yeah.
I have no voice, but I'm aware of all the voices and the actions.
So this one, in other words, we can say that this is the word they are now using, go beyond and stay beyond. So means to go beyond from your mind chattering, right?
Go
And
beyond the
stay
sound.
beyond with always be with Baba and you just see with Baba all the mind's game and be detached, not associate with any
Absolutely. So
game.
even right
This
now,
is a mind go beyond and
go
stay
beyond
beyond.
and stay beyond. That's what it is, being angelic, right? Being
Oh,
that
yeah.
light that you are. So either being the light I am beyond the sound of my mind and beyond the actions of the body, whilst I'm performing everything. Whilst
That's I want to understood, but something I was the someone said something just like go beyond means just stay in the Paramdam, be
what
with
does that
Baba.
even mean?
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Stay Paramdam. Yes, I understand how you stay Paramdam. Obviously, you detach. Paramdam is also here.
Yeah,
Once you detached and be the
state of
Paramdam is
conscious.
there.
Yeah, state of consciousness is Paramdhan, being beyond sound of your mind.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sister, we are experiencing this soul for 63 births only, na, sister?
No, the,
In 20,
the soul I am is eternally, right?
yes,
But this kind of body mind experience as me is for
yes,
63 months.
for
As
63 months. And that is, I want to
the
clear. Yes,
personhood, being a person, believing myself to be a person, I've been living as that for 63 parts.
yes, yes. That I want. That thank. Well, as much as practically I and Baba combined, we give attention to this, which you 15 days before also said. We are combined with these two. We always feel like this. The more and more we can pay attention on our sound as well as the other voice as well as.
Yeah,
We are difference we can feel. I am this one.
yeah. I
I
am.
am this one. I have to not like that, nothing like that.
Yeah,
I am, मैं हूँ ही, जो बाबा का
absolutely.
एक लिखा हुआ है, मैं हूँ ही बच्चों तुम्हारे साथ,
Bilkul.
एक बाबा का चित्र है,
Absolutely.
गुलजार दादी, तो
Yeah,
मैं हूँ ही सदा तुम्हारे साथ.
yeah,
We forget and we go in mind and all the
yeah.
things.
It is like when the soul gets absorbed in this movie, this motion picture. That is when the soul feels I am something else and someone else. But actually, even in that moment, soul is still the soul. But it's just absorbed in this whole big body and this person identity in the mind. That is all it is happening. But soul is still combined with Baba. Even when it's absorbed, it's still combined. And that is the beauty, that I don't need to worry about connecting with Baba because I was never separate from him. So being with him, I'm aware. Even now, I am really experiencing every experience I, the being, has with Baba has sent me here to experience life. Because he knows in the home I'm like statue, like Jada. Right? He said in one of the Murlis, what is good being in the home only? You're jad there. You're like a statue there. You don't experience anything. Right? I mean, I'll read that passage for you one day. But he said that the beauty is that you come to and play your parts.
Yes. All over, they're just hanging there.
Yeah.
Like Sachin makes century and century, and one person waiting for their 14 number turn when I will go and bat. Just like the difference between the two. We are playing the part, then we are like Sachin, we are playing century and century from the very beginning till end. And otherwise, we are sitting in the pavilion and making clapping for others. Just like we're sitting in the Paramdham.
No,
The
so we
difference.
come from the day one. We are the ones who are constantly playing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. We, the beings, are constantly playing on the play field. Yeah. It's the others who are watching, means not watching because they're just in coma there. Yeah. But each one's part is equally important. Yeah. Very, very important. Each one's part. Yeah. Yeah. So that is why even now I, the being, can see you are combined with Baba, 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 I am combined with Baba. We are all combined with Baba, each one. And our beautiful parts are manifesting from the seeds that we are. And each one's part is so beautiful, so unique, so wonderful. Isn't it? एक का पार्ट न मिले दूसरे से और न ही मिलना चाहिए. It should not be the same. It should be just as it is, that uniqueness of each one's part's beauty. Right? So that's why understanding of the drama in a correct way, only Baba has given. No scriptures has ever talked about it. Many have talked about soul and supreme soul, not even the way as Baba explains to us, but just a little bit on a superficial level. But drama, nobody knows. That the drama is inside the soul and it's ever recorded. Nothing, nobody knows this. Except my Baba, except my Baba is the supreme teacher. Hmm? Yeah.
Even founders say something, but our intellect was so engaged with with the external world.
Told us that there is a drama inside the soul.
Yeah, that's a nobody talk about the drama. Even those since founder, they never talk about that. But yet they give the truth, knowledge of the truth and soul and supreme soul. But drama, none of
But
them.
do they know supreme soul also? The way Baba.
This is the Guru Nanak in the first Podi, he explained it. If he give the accurate knowledge of the God,
Hmm? Baba
actually he
uses
give
the
the
word.
whole.
Baba gives the words from Guru Nanak in Murli. Ek Omkar,
Yeah.
Satyam, Vahid,
Nam, Karta,
Ek
Purkho,
Karta
Nirbhav. He give
Purush.
everything. Akal,
Everything.
Mutis. Yeah, everything
Akal,
is
everything. But what does
everything.
he do when he come? He
Yeah,
established.
that was, that's what I'm saying. The founder knows everything, but they didn't give, liberated the, just Baba said, they never liberate you.
But they don't know God's introduction of about everything. That's what we are saying. They may know that he's light. They may know that he's Ek Omkar, Karta Purush, whatever it is. They may know it, but they don't know what he does when he comes.
Yeah.
That he
Don't
comes. When does he come? How does he come? Nobody knows except God himself. Nobody can give his introduction.
and they don't know who am I. Simple first, they don't know who am I. No one ever told that we are a soul and something 84 birth. No one told, never
Yeah,
in
84
life.
parts are recorded in the soul, they are eternal recording. Nobody knows. Soul world.
Yeah, that's no.
Yeah. So this is why what God is giving, only God can give. That is why he's God, right? That is why Baba is Baba. And that's why Baba says, of course, all the founders, all the religious founders, they had their own beautiful role to play. Absolutely, they did. And they performed a very important role. But there's no Christ in home. There's no Buddha in home. There's no Rini or Rupa in home.
Yeah, they all are among us.
Yeah.
Maybe they are taking course too.
Yeah.
Because they give the Babas always say the pinch of the
Exactly. Yeah.
salt in the flour. So
Yeah.
that's why they give the little bit knowledge of the soul, supreme soul, and not the whole knowledge, but they give at least
Just a
they
little bit.
had understanding little bit.
Little bit, so that they give and share, which is great. That's what keeps the
Yeah,
earth going.
that's why they sustaining. Baba said it's a good. They at least they sustained.
They sustain the earth until God comes, waiting for the
Not good.
highest actor to come on the stage.
Baba said if they were not there, so it just like completely burned out.
Yeah. So things have to go on till the highest actor comes on the stage.
Because Baba, matlab, we are all feel ill. Matlab, I heard sometime. So we all feel ill. So Baba sent small doctors previously, na? They are small doctors giving one or two virtues only.
Founders, yeah.
One or two virtues only, not seven.
Yeah.
One or two virtues they used to come, and ultimately the whole plague has come all the way, all the word, the plague is spelling Mahamari, we call it, just like Corona and like that. Then the big doctor has to come over here.
Yeah,
Then
surgeon, supreme surgeon has to come.
Baba
Yeah.
previously sends छोटे doctor to इलाज. ये हमने टीचर ने हमें एक बार जैसे you are telling ना some drama के ड्रेस से पर समझाने के लिए बताया था एक बार. So I remember that point.
Yeah, nahi, very true, very true. Absolutely. And this teacher, when this supreme surgeon, when he comes, he gives 1 second of medicine, 1 drop, and soul is back to consciousness, being who he is. Yeah. But he also makes you participate in making sure that you first wake up and then you heal your mind. He makes you participate.
संजीवनी बूटी जो कहते हैं ना बाबा.
Yeah. Baba gives Sanjeevani Bhuti to the soul, soul wakes up, and then soul heals the mind. Yeah. By not interfering with it, by not resisting it, by not clinging to it, by not fighting it, by not chasing it away, but just being who he is, the soul heals the mind with Baba. Yeah, it's so easy, really. Yeah. So we will finish it here, although the blessing is very beautiful also today. There's a lot more in this Murli, but we'll continue tomorrow. Yeah? Okay. Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Baba.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you.
Thank you, Baba.